Truth, lies, shenanigans.
All right, folks, we got to talk about Hunter Biden, President Joe Biden's son, facing some serious charges, talking 3 felonies here, lying to a federally licensed gun dealer, making a false claim on federal firearms application, and illegal possession of a gun. If convicted, he could face up to 25 years in prison and $750,000 in fine. Now, the charges are a bit unusual because most people with the same crime as a first-time nonviolent offender don't usually get this kind of heat. But my real question has to do with Joe. House Majority Leader Kevin McCarthy has launched an impeachment probe against him. Republicans allege that Joe was improperly involved in Hunter's foreign business dealings. But here's the thing, supposedly there's no clear evidence tying Joe to Hunter's activities yet. I say yet because something could come out. But this impeachment could backfire on the Republicans. So what do you think? Joe Biden's got a huge target on his back right now. Do you think it's fair that Joe Biden might have been complicit? Do you believe that Joe Biden might have been complicit in his son Hunter's actions? Or is this a political witch hunt like Trump always says? What do you think? Let's start with Rob.
All right. So first off, all sitting presidents should be held to a higher level and face public scrutiny. That's bar none for all of them. Let's be fair. This is a story about Hunter Biden, not Joe. Hunter is 53, and the initial gun charge was from 5 years ago. He was a 48-year-old man who probably doesn't run stuff by his daddy anymore, especially when it comes to drugs and firearms acquisition. So he lied on his applications, and the Biden haters are trying to get as much as possible out of this conviction.
But are you sure he didn't run stuff by his daddy? I don't know.
Come on, man. He's not the first presidential kid to mess up, and he will not be the last. Okay? It was funny because pre-show Prohibition came up. Well, Warren G. Harding's son, Warren G. Harding Jr., did face legal troubles because he was involved in alcohol distribution during the Prohibition. Jimmy Carter's brother, right? Like there's so many. The Bush twins, they got into some cocaine trouble that went away.
That's true.
How did that happen? Roger Clinton and his lame-o half brother. He just all kinds of issues, DUIs, cocaine possession, right? And I mean, it goes.
I forgot all about Roger Clinton, to be honest with you.
Yeah, Michael Reagan, Ronald Reagan's son, faced legal issues related to his involvement in a fraudulent investment scheme. So, I mean, this is not the first time that we have siblings and family members of a sitting president who are bags and get into trouble. But yeah, this is a political witch hunt to try to get some traction on the impeachment that they've been trying to enact,
which is just retaliation.
Oh, hell yeah.
It's just retaliation for Trump's impeachment. But Trump needed to be impeached. So this is just nonsense.
I don't know. I think differently. I'm opposed to you guys, I think. Because to some extent, I do agree with Rob. I think that every president should be ready for public scrutiny. You're the president. Hello. But I think that, I don't know. I think that Joe Biden and Hunter Biden, like this is like the Kardashians. Like this is a clan. These are like, the Bidens, the Trumps, the Reagans, like they're a family unit. And yeah, you do have like your little scragglers, Hunter being like he was on crack and all of that, but he's still a part of the family. Like he's still a part of the family. The family knows his dealings in some way, shape, or form, especially the president. And at the time, I think Biden was, he was a vice president for Obama at the time, possibly. So he still had power, and Hunter was using his dad's name. How did he not know about it? I think he was complicit. Ooh. I think that he knew exactly what was going on. I don't think he knew the ins and outs and the details. No, I think he knew the ins and outs.
Oh, you think he knows everything?
I think he does. And I do think that to you guys' statement, I do think that this is a sort of a witch hunt because of what happened to Trump.
No question.
But I think also too that there could be something that they're digging up. Like I don't think that they're far reaching, basically.
I agree with you. That's why I said yet in the intro, because I think they're going to find something. I mean, I think Hunter's a mess, right? But when you're running for president, having a messy son is a problem. And how do you keep that problem out of the limelight? You got to cover something up. Something's been covered up. There's something that's happening. It's at least attempt was made to keep it quiet. Now, there are these emails about apparently Hunter was arranging business deals with some energy company. And then there's talk about the big guy, the big guy getting a 10% cut. And so there's questions if Joe Biden is the big guy.
Interesting.
So, I mean, could he be complicit? I don't know, but who knows? But
Something's going to come to light.
There's something ironic, though. So Hunter's lawyer is trying to use the Second Amendment as his defense, taking a page out of Republicans' playbook, saying that the actual gun laws he was indicted on were unconstitutional, which of course is hypocritical to Democrats, but also puts Republicans in an awkward position. You know, what do you want? Less gun control? Or you want Hunter Biden?
Are rallying behind that defense. Gun activists are rallying behind that defense, and it puts them at a real crossroads, doesn't it?
Yeah, that is interesting.
It's funny, actually. I was like, what?
Get him, but not on that charge. You can't get him on that charge. That's unconstitutional. What about the guns?
I'll admit, I'm a little torn too, because I don't know if I don't want his defense to work. Because if his defense works, right, then it establishes that, a Democratic president's son is basically for, gun rights. And saying that these laws are unconstitutional, which means potentially establishing that, everybody can have a gun.
But see,
I'm torn.
This is Hunter Biden, not Joe Biden. Joe's not.
It's hard to separate.
Right? Yes.
It is hard to separate.
Man. It's easy to separate.
No.
It's hard to separate. All right.
He has to change his last name.
Man.
All right. Is this truth, lies, shenanigans?
I'm sorry, guys. This is truth to me.
Shenanigans.
I'm with. I think I'm with Yanni on this one. Actually, I'm in the middle, but I'm leaning more towards Yanni being truth. I'm leaning more towards Yanni's side.
Nice.
All right, so I missed the first truth lie shenanigans for our first topic with Rob B. So let's do it now.
Yeah. No, that was true.
Is this truth, lies, shenanigans?
Truth,
yeah, that was true.
Shenanigans.
That was truth, man.
Yeah, the UAW. I'm still going to say I got a little shenanigans with the police unions, but truth for everything else. UAW.
Well, my story wasn't about the police unions. Was it?
I'm talking about unions. Shenanigans on unions.